is Friday, May 16th, and tomorrow is the Atlanta Doll Collectors Show. I'm so excited. I've already texted a few doll collecting friends, and it looks like I'm going to have several people to see at the doll show tomorrow, but I've got to get ready for the show, but there's not too much I can do right now. I just wanted to go ahead and film the beginning of this video. It's like 7 o'clock, and the show starts at 10, but I really want to be there like at 10 when it opens, so probably going to be looking around waking up at like 7 tomorrow and stuff, so that's not horrible. But I do need to kind of get ready. I'm going to be taking Lily with me again because she is like my baby. I also really need to get a few pictures of her at the doll show for a little project I'm working on, but no sneak peeks on that. That's something you'll find out about in like August or September. It's a little project I'm working on. I don't even know if it'll actually see the light of day or not, but I need to get some pictures of Lily in a bunch of different places for this project, and she's just my baby, so I'm always down to take her anywhere. If you haven't seen my latest video, I'm actually working on a smart doll diorama, which is like the coolest thing, in my opinion, I've ever done. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, but here's her little room, and yes, Lily collects toys too, so that is so very exciting. I just have so much fun working on her little room. But today I'm also working on another video with her. I'm going to try to make what's kind of a little bit like a stop motion, but not like a real stop motion because I don't have time for that. It's just going to be like a quick wannabe stop motion, you know, of about Lily and her friends, a little bit based off the book series I'm writing on Wattpad, but I'm really excited about that. So hopefully we'll be seeing that sometime in the future soon.
On the way to the show, we're making pretty good time. Look how cute Lily is sitting right there. Hi, here I am. I'm wearing my pony shirt. I thought it'd be cute for a doll show. And here's the hotel. We gotta go. We just got a few minutes to get there. Alright, y'all. We're here. Let's go. I only got like a few minutes till it opens, so we are freaking running, but that is okay. Alright, so here we are at the first booth of the day. I instantly ran back to this one because this is like probably my favorite sellers at the whole show. These ladies are so super cool. I actually chat with them a good little bit, and they always have the coolest, most beautiful collectible fashion dolls. They always have beautiful toner dolls like this Ellen I've had my eyes on for a while. Still haven't gotten her yet, and they had a beautiful Evangeline this time. I'm hoping to add one to my collection. But they also had a toner FNB doll that I actually purchased like as soon as I got here. She's not in this video, and I was also gifted an amazingly beautiful doll, which was such a super sweet gift. So this already started the doll show off wonderfully. And then here too we have another amazing booth. I didn't buy anything from this seller this time around, but I normally do. They have some really cool dolls, and they even, as you'll see in a second, have some little doll accessories that can also be used for tons of different dolls. There's some Wizard of Oz dolls down there, and then here we have a bucket of dolls. I didn't really see anything too cool in that bucket this time around, and that house was really cool as well. And the butterfly clips, I was looking at those. I kind of regret not getting one, but maybe next time. And all the jewelry that fits lots of different dolls, which is really, really cool. Okay, so this booth's also really cool, and I did actually purchase a doll, an American Girl. I'm not going to spoil who, though, from this booth pretty quickly. This like maybe my third time purchasing from these people here. Very, very cool guys that work here. I chat with one of them on Instagram. He's pretty cool. So 30 minutes in, I've already bought 2 dolls, spending that money, but it's okay. I didn't spend that much for like the rest of the show. So this is the like prizes you can win if you get a raffle number called. Very, very cool dolls, but what I loved is those Barbie pictures right there. I was hoping to get those. I did get a raffle prize, but like towards the end, and pretty much everything really cool was gone. And then we have some dolls here, pretty cool box dolls right there. And here's everything up closer, and we did see their Chick-fil-A up in the corner, which we know I have to comment on. Very cool. This dolls really cool because they had some really cool outfits on too. A lot of fashionistas and stuff. I'm not as into the newer Barbies, but I do really like seeing them, and this is definitely a really nice selection / collection that was shown right here. Alright, so this table too has some really cool stuff. Really pretty older box dolls. Very, very cool. lots of new dolls right there. Okay, so this right here is also very cool. Look at this little reborn girl. She's so super cute, and look at that little bike she's on. And the coolest thing too is when she's pushed, it actually like moves her legs, and it was the coolest thing. She was just being babysat. She's not part of that table there. But this woman also has a podcast. You can see on her little sign right there. So check that out. I'm going to be checking out her podcast as well, which is pretty cool. There's more information about it. And she also has some really cool, I believe they're called daddy or granddaddy long leg dolls or something like that. The little girl in the white dress is so precious. I've looked at all of her dolls before. She definitely has some really unique ones. So here's the setup of the doll show this time with like all their little like club dolls, or I guess they're mini-me's or something. Super, super cute. Best one I've seen so far. Normally there's just like that one blonde doll, but I like that they added a lot more. So now we're looking at some more tables. I love the pink dress so much that one doll's wearing. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I probably should have looked into that. Not Lily, sorry. One of my Barbies would have been really cute in that. Lily would have been too if it was in like smart doll size. And then this table here is super cool. I bought a lot of stuff from this table at the last show. I didn't get anything this time, but I did spend quite a while looking. We have some older dolls and some like Barbies and all just cool different types of stuff. They had an amazing selection of Ken. Like if you're a Ken collector, this would have been an amazing table for you because I believe they were relatively good priced and they all came with outfits for the most part. And then we got some Jean Marshalls. I also was looking at those outfits, like those 16-inch clothes, but most of them were sold by the time I got around there. Look at everything. Okay, so now I'm just digging through a little booth of these amazing doll clothes right here. Most of them seem to be Ken, but there was a lot of Barbie too. I wish I would have looked more. So this booth had a really beautiful Kit doll. I guess I already got one American Girl, but if not, I probably would have been looking at her. And these really pretty Barbies too that look like to be birthstone dolls or something. Claudie. Okay, that would have been cool for my dollhouse there and all those little accessories, but the main thing that drew me to this booth, which we'll see in just a few seconds, is this guy had some amazing dioramas, like truly so super cool. I had to take pictures of them alone and like look at the plane there. So very cool. It looks really like grand, and like look at how like cool these dolls are. They look more like action figures than dolls. Very, very cool. I don't really know about it. I wish I would have asked what kind of dolls they are, but look at that. Like, I wish they would have like a diorama competition or something, because I'm sure this one would definitely have been in the running. And here we have a booth that has a lot more like antique dolls and older dolls. I do like these kind of dolls. I don't really have any. I do have a ideal Tony, but I don't know if she would fall into this group or not. But I love this booth because I feel like it brings something for everyone. And this booth here too is really, really cool. Look at these beautiful dolls. I don't know much about like homemade dolls myself, but they're very, very cool. Alright, so this lady was so super cool. I spent quite a while talking to her. She had some really cool dolls, and especially some smart dolls that you'll see in a second. And I got a few smart doll clothes from her. I got 2 pairs of shorts and a pair of jeans. Look at her smart dolls. Look how pretty they are. I love that green dress. I love it so, so very much. Look at the outfits, y'all. Look how pretty they are. She had a lot of like fancy business suits and stuff. I didn't want to spend too much money on smart doll clothes since I kind of need to be going through some of mine, but definitely might be looking into some commissions. So this was just so, so super cool. I'm really glad this show is getting more smart doll stuff because, I mean, they're awesome. They're kind of taking the doll world by storm, you know. And here we have some more dolls here, really affordable dolls. And then we also have some really cool rainbow high and similar dolls on this table here. That Rapunzel's pretty cool as well. And then we have some older dolls here, and there was a Chrissy doll added later that I ended up adding to my collection, which is really cool. I'm going to talk about her a little more in my haul. I'm just giving like a few little spoilers. Those little babies are always there and they're so cute, but they're like really expensive. I've heard they're like really valuable, but I don't know, they're really cute, but I don't think I'll be purchasing them. But they need a home. The lady I was talking to that runs the booth was talking about that. We have some really pretty Shirley temples at this booth here as well. Those little like plates and stuff are really pretty. I don't know why I didn't look at those longer. There's just always so much going on at doll shows. Like you can never take everything in. And one of the reasons I love recording the booth so much is you can always go back and watch it. So it just kind of helps you like keep the memories going. There were some really unique dolls at this booth. I kind of like to ask to see what some of them were. I just love learning about dolls, but I have seen like those two big dolls there, the blonde ones you saw a few seconds ago. They were really cool, and I have seen them before, but I have no clue what they are. Okay, so this booth was pretty cool. This was a new booth, I believe. They had some really pretty bracelets as well. I'm not sure if it's new or not. I'm really not sure, but it was very cool. I love the bracelets, and I was even thinking about getting one, but I actually found a bracelet in my mom's car, and I wore that for like the rest of the day, which you might see later on. So right here, this booth was really cool. I don't know if I got it on camera or not, but I was looking at that Mia right there, and this lady here, I'm actually really pretty good friends with her in the doll world, and she has some really cool like wooden dolls that she makes. I'm thinking about maybe purchasing one sometime soon. I always take a picture with her little travel doll, and it's kind of got me wanting one, so I'm gonna have to look into that sometime. But she always has a really cool selection, and at one of the shows she even had some clothing too, which I also got for one of my elements. Always a really like nice variety of dolls, which I think is one thing that's so great about doll shows, especially when you can get that in one booth. And here's a little boombox area. I did take Lily over there to get some pictures later in the day. This booth, I also am friends with one of the girls who was running it, and it was so super cool to, go look at the booth and everything. I was looking at that bag there, but I think it was gone later in the day or something. But lots of just definitely really cool dolls. They also had a masterpiece, which was cool. And this booth here had some really beautiful, like, knitted dolls, I believe. A lot of, like, craftsmanship and stuff goes into these. I kind of thinking about adding more of an artisty, like, knitted doll like this to my collection. And these were definitely really, really cool. I also spent a while talking to the woman running the booth. Little puppy, and we have a little Francie house right there. Very cool. We all know I'm a Francie girly. Also a lot of really like antique looking dolls at this booth as well, which was cool. And teddy bears and stuff too. So cute. Alright, so this booth had some really pretty dolls. They had a lot of like the Disney animators dolls, I believe is what they're called. And some pull-ups as well. American Girl films. I know you love... Not pull-up, sorry, Blythe doll. So I do have one pull-up, but my friend Bailey got a pull-up, I believe, at the doll show we went together. I know she did, but they look similar to these dolls. I don't know if it was the same person or not, but I know Bailey would have loved those if she would have been there. Look how pretty the Rapunzel doll is. Oh my goodness, I love Rapunzel. She's my favorite princess. Alright, so this booth right here too is really cool. I'm also friends with this lady on Instagram, and I always love seeing the different stuff she has at her booth. She always has a lot of like really cool accessories and stuff. She wasn't there when I was filming this, so I'm sure it's okay to film her booth, but I wish I could have talked to her a little bit more. And here are these dolls again. They are just so very cool and so very unique as well. Francie. Okay, so this booth is incredible. They always have the most like fancy, elegant like collector's dolls here. I haven't purchased any. Most of them here are like just jaw-dropping beautiful though. I've looked at the Skipper and like the little blue dress here for quite a while, and who knows, maybe one of these days I'll get around to getting her. But you can just... These are like top quality collector's dolls here, and if you're into that, this is like the booth for you. I could just look at these dolls all day, and there was always like a huge crowd around this booth. It was insane. And they even had more on the bottom, which is even more unreal. Alright, so right here we have some Barbie outfits. In this booth, I'm not sure if I got it on camera or not, but I also purchased a doll from them. all those pretty June Marshalls, but nothing could compete with the amount of June Marshalls at the last Atlanta Doll Collectors show. It was insane, and they also had some really cool, like, Poppy Parker dolls at this convention. I'm thinking about getting a Poppy now. I'm gonna have to look more into them, but I would probably get, like, a basic one, and then, you know, they can wear, like, Barbie clothes, I believe, but they had some pretty decently priced ones here. I wish I would have actually looked at some of them more. Wouldn't have had the money for it at this show, but definitely some really cool dolls. And I've seen these on other people's YouTube videos before, but I don't know too much about them. Alright, so this booth here is also really, really cool. She has a lot of, like, little handmade or, like, partially handmade things here. I'm thinking about maybe getting one of the little chairs from her in the bedding, which you'll see in a few seconds here. I am really hoping maybe I can get a little bed like this for my LO1 dolls. The ones they had were just a little too small, but I definitely think I think with some help, they would do a commission. I can maybe get one, so I'll have to look into that sometime. And also some really cool dolls here. Really cool fashions as well. This is a very more like action figure booth, which I think is cool, especially maybe if like you come here and you have a friend who's into action figures or something. And this booth here was amazing. I actually am friends with this girl on Instagram, and I know she has a YouTube channel too. She also makes an appearance later in the video. But look at how beautiful these little silicone babies are. Like, they're teeny, I guess kind of like little reborn dolls, which is pretty cool. They're pretty cute. I gotta say, I'm more of a fan of like the like more realistic ones than the like colorful ones. But I know a lot of people are into those as well. This booth had a lot of really nice collectible dolls. I wish you could actually see a lot of those ones on the bottom because they were in boxes, but that's okay. They also had some really cool ones up here, and I believe I got a doll from them at the last show. Just a lot of really cool unboxed Barbies right there. Townhouse. Such a pretty doll right there. Oh my goodness. And all these like cases and everything. And I was looking at that Francie right there. She was really cool. She was calling my name, but I had no more money by the time I could go back to get her. But I do hope she goes to a really good home because she's really, really pretty. More action figure stuff right here, as well as some really cool dolls as well. Alright, so this table has some really cool dolls, and you'll also see more content of it later in the day, but just so many cool dolls and boxes. Definitely a very aesthetic table. Like, I know I could just never do this one justice, but there was just so much cool stuff. A really nice, like, you know, mixture of vintage and modern, and just very, 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 very cool. I love this person right here, and I have not bought anything from them yet, but one day I will. I know I will. Alright, so this is this is still the same booth right here, but this is just a more close-up. This collector right here just had so much stuff. Like, it was quite overwhelming, but they also were quite packed out during the day. Time for the first car run of today, but definitely not the last. I've been very, very lucky so far. Alright, so this booth right here is really, really cool. So they have the most, like, beautiful old-fashioned dolls right here. Like, the outfits are just very, very, I would imagine, historically accurate. I always go to these dolls. They are truly beautiful. I have not added one to my collection yet, but there were a handful I was looking at, especially the little girls I found really, really cute. But look at these gowns, y'all. Like, they're truly amazing, and the displays these dolls are in as well were just really, really cool. I always love seeing these people at the doll shows, and one of these days I'm going to take home one of their dolls. Just truly beautiful. I love that one right there. She's so, so cute. The Anne of Green Gables dolls is probably the one I was looking at the most. The little dress, so very cute. The pink and green is definitely cool, especially if you like the Wicked movie made those colors more and more trendy. But wow, this booth always just blows me away. The girl with the pink dress too, I always found really, really beautiful. I've looked at her at like the past 2 shows, I believe, and this girl, I was talking to with her for quite a while, and it's sad because her Instagram account was like shut down, but she doesn't believe she's like did anything. They said like she violated a guideline, but looks like she was just shut down on accident, which is really sad. But support her stuff is beautiful. So now we got some rainbow high dolls right here, more of them, and we also got some American Girls. Look, pretty cool dolls. I already had one today, but Barbies and other dolls like that, lots of different stuff. That midge, I should have gone back for her, but I did not. I actually did talk to the girl who got her though, so that was cool. And those cars, pretty good deals for cars, y'all. I used to have a Barbie car, but I donated it to Goodwill, and I kind of regret it. But I did need to make more space. These fashions here are really pretty. I'm honestly focusing more on like Ella and Smart Doll fashions now, but they're very cool. So I was originally planning on not getting any more like 1/6 scale dolls today, but one here did catch my attention though, and you'll see it in just a second. I also really I hope I didn't bother anyone by like filming, but it was cool filming. And here we go, my Hannah Montana dolls. But it was cool filming when like you could see other people like moving the dolls too, because I feel like it just looks better. You can see the dolls more, and I just think it's really cool. This booth always has the coolest dolls. They're the same person I got the American Girl from today, but always love seeing this booth. The people working there are amazing, and the selection is awesome as well. Really cool vintage Barbies here, amazing deals. I don't know why I didn't go back and look at some of these, especially the Francies. They were really, really cool prices, and Francie's one of my favorite. The little like scooter doll you see there too, she was a pretty good deal. I'm really, really looking for Fluff and Tiff. I already do have a scooter, but Skipper and her friends also really like Call My Name, so definitely some really cool dolls here, and I felt like their prices were very reasonable, and too, they come with outfits. I feel like half the time you're paying this for like the naked doll alone, if not even more, which is just one thing I love about doll shows so much. You actually get to pay fair prices for beautiful dolls. Oh my goodness, I missed out so bad. Why did I? No, Katie, go back. Does anybody actually, I don't know, I might ask about this person if anyone has like their contacts, because I missed up on some really cool dolls right here at this booth. So pretty. Okay, so now Lily's just jamming out. She's just living her best doll life here with that amazing diorama right there. And now she's jamming out to some music, my girl. And here's a travel doll. Alright, so now right here we're just hanging out with these dolls, and another smart doll does join us as well. And then actually another one too, a crystal doll. I've never seen one of them before. I definitely think it's very, very cool, but that comes up a little bit later. Sorry, I got confused with the clips, but these are the 2 dolls from the booth selling smart doll clothes. Very pretty.
So the shopping's going very well, and you'll never believe who's going to be in my video. It's ex-Canadiensis Brooke. I've always wanted to be in one of her videos, and I finally am, and now she's in one of mine. Oh my goodness, such a fun day. Y'all come to the Atlanta Doll Collectors show or any show. It's just so much fun.
So sweet. Like all of the people who run it and stuff, they're so nice. I want to film something with them too.
Yeah,
but
we need to go you need to go find a lot of people. I'm gonna try to do that too, but it's such a great way, I think, to like just get people to come to doll shows more, because people gotta do more doll stuff in person.
Because this stuff stops happening if people don't show up.
And COVID made it a lot worse. I mean, it helped with
clubs went away.
Yeah, because there's like 2 in Georgia, but they're both in like Atlanta.
I don't even know if we have one in Alabama, except maybe one in like Mobile, which is really far away.
You need to make one. You need to make one.
I know. People keep telling me that. I want to.
Found another doll person.
Hey y'all, Evelina of Evergreen Art Dolls. So we have the silicone dolls out here, but I'm so glad to meet another dolly friend at the show.
It's been a lot of fun. I've met so many people. It's been awesome. I forgot a package. Thank you so much. This is her booth, by the way. All the super cute silicone babies.
Getting a raffle prize.
Heading back after an awesome doll show. Probably one of the best ones I've ever been to. I got to talk to so many awesome people. And now we're gonna go get Chili's because I'm starving to death.
heading home with some awesome new dolls. The show was definitely a success. I can't wait to just get home and look at everything. Yay! We're home! Now time to unload the car. The haul today was pretty awesome. And the light was like, the sun was like shining in my face, so I couldn't tell if you saw this bag or not. But yes, that is Chrissy legs right there. I believe I actually got myself getting her on camera, but it was so loud I could like hardly hear anything.